off with, I'm gonna call the meeting to order. I got 6:33.
Give you a couple.
And we'll start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands, one
under God,
nation, God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
liberty and
liberty and
justice
justice
for all.
Justice for all.
Very good. Thank you very much. All right. I think we got 100% on attendance, Joe.
We are.
Yep. So that's. Can you check the block on that?
I lost my grid here. Oh.
Let's see. So we have the minutes from December. It was a relatively short meeting. Does anybody have any questions or anything to add or correct about the minutes in December?
No.
The only correction that I would like to make is item number 10. Can we just change that to February 1st, which is Sunday?
For, February 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you make that change, Joe, before you send that over?
Done.
That way we're consistent. I think everything else is the same.
Perfect.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve the December minutes?
I make that motion to accept the minutes.
I second it.
Second. All those in favor of approving the December VAB minutes? Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
abstentions? Any opposed? Nobody's opposed. Okay. Minutes pass. Shelby and Kevin, since you are members of the public, do you have any input?
nothing to add for me.
Kevin must be on mute. That's okay. Okay. I don't see any other members of the public.
Can I ask a question of Shelby?
Sure.
Shelby, one of the things we discussed last month was getting the Navy band for the 4th of July parade. Have you been able to
That's
make
not
any
in
headway with that?
Dale. That's not in scope.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want to have it, you can do that offline. Okay. But there is a process that we have to go through the Public Affairs Office, through Hanscom, that goes down to the Department of War to approve those types of requests.
And everything is already.
That's the process that we follow, Dale.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's see. All right, let's see. Mr. Megan.
Yes,
David, you're
sir.
up.
Okay, good evening, everyone. The Veteran Service Report for January 20th, 2026. The Veterans Monthly Greater Boston Food Bank will be held tomorrow on January 20th, beginning at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Let's see. There are 30 veterans and their families with much-needed provisions. To become eligible for this program, any Wakefield veteran, spouse, or immediate family member of a veteran who would like to participate in this program and to be included in the drive-through and pickup may call our office for further information. 781-246-6377. The new Secretary of Executive Office of Veteran Services is Dr. I'm going to say this wrong. Gorelnik.
Gorelnik.
Gorelnik, thank you. He brings a rare combination of military service, medical expertise, and systems leadership to this role. He is a graduate of the United States Naval Academy and served as a naval officer and physician, caring for service members and their families and leading in high-pressure operational environments. Gail Scalise, the Clinical Director for Integrated Veterans Care at Bedford VA Healthcare System, spoke at the Veterans Coffee Social last Saturday. She provided handouts for urgent care instructions in the VA Community Care Network. Staff Sergeant Zachary Conlon, 94th Military Police Company 2nd Platoon, is a recently returning veteran from deployment, currently residing in Wakefield. Welcome home, Zach. He'll be entitled to his welcome home bonus given by the state for his service, which our office will assist on submitting. The VSO office is reaching out to the VAB for a vote for assistance to Wakefield veteran who has fallen on financial hardship and has asked for a one-time assist from the Veterans Relief Fund. He is a single dad who is at risk of losing his home even after having sold his car to ward off legal expenses and the support of having his son in his custody. He did win the case, and the 12-year-old son is happily residing with him. The Relief Fund currently has a balance of $22,333.64. The payment will go directly to his mortgage holder bank and is $5,150 for back payments and to bring him current. Chapter 115. Under this program, qualifying veterans and their dependents can receive necessary financial assistance for food, shelter, fuel, and medical reimbursement monthly in accordance with a formula that takes into consideration the number of dependents' income from all sources. For those on a medical-only category, prescription drug co-pays and in some cases medications can be reimbursed. And if they qualify for the Mass Health buy-in, we can assist in getting the application submitted for them. For further information, please visit the mass.gov website or contact the Veterans Service Office for further details. For appointments of Veteran Services, please contact me with any questions you may have regarding ongoing benefits or submission of new benefits. We are located on the second floor of the Senior Center, 30 Converse Street, Wakefield. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday, walk-ins 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., appointments 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Holiday schedule will be based on the day of the week the holiday falls on. Voicemail is checked 7 days a week at 781-246-6377. Q&A time. Anyone have any questions regarding the outreach for the vote to be held this evening on the assistance for the veteran who is in trouble?
David is asking for a vote to open for discussion. The allocation of funds from the Veterans Relief Fund in Wakefield. Is there a motion on the floor to open the floor for discussion for allocation to assist a veteran?
A motion.
Is there a second?
Second,
Okay.
second,
All in favor of opening the floor for discussion? Aye.
aye.
Okay. If you have questions of David, go ahead and ask questions. I think, David, if you just want to kind of cover the highlights here, this is a one-time.
Yes. It's a one-time payment that'll go directly to the mortgage holder, not to the veteran. It'll go right to the bank once I am in receipt of the bank, the bank's name and the location. I'll reach out to the treasurer, Wakefield Treasury, and get this money sent directly to the bank from that source. I will put a cover letter together with that intention. This veteran has he's had a tough time with it. He is service connected currently with a disability, but the legal expenses, as most of you know, can be outrageous. He has no way of recovering those expenses from his divorced wife with him. And I asked that question to him first out of the gate, that wouldn't she be responsible for covering your legal expenses since you won the case? And apparently she doesn't have the funding to do that either. So the court put it all on his lap along with his legal fees.
David, that's a pretty big chunk of change. 5,150 is what you're asking for, correct?
That's correct. Yes, it's 3 months.
Okay.
He's about ready to lose the home. They signed the bank is ready to go into foreclosure. He doesn't get into it from what he tells me. So if we could only be 2 months, we could do 2 months. But I just thought I'd try for the 3 months. And because with 22,000 in there now, it's a third. Yes, Marion.
Does that 3 months bring him up current?
Yes, it will bring him current.
And will he be able to keep up on his payments after that?
Yes, he should be able to, because that's where he had to take the funding out and pay the legal expenses from what he told me. I'm going to do some more investigating on it. I'm going to have the bank statement sent to me in order to verify this.
As long as you get it verified, I am in favor of giving him the money to get him current. I think he's been through enough trying to get his son.
Yeah.
It's my opinion.
Okay.
I agree.
Well, that being said, I will guarantee to the Veterans Advisory Board a letter of intent for this purpose, and we'll find out from the bank, like I said, the actual payment. He said to me that it was $5,150 for 3 months. So I need to get this in confirmation from the bank itself to have it verified. If it's less, it'll be less. If it's that amount, fine. The bank will have to give me a letter stating that.
I'm kind of curious. Is there a limit by the town
Not that I'm aware of.
that for this type of distribution? I don't know if there is a limit other than what is in the bank itself. Is there a repayment option with the
On
veteran?
his part to the town. That's a good question, Paul. I'm going to talk with Kevin Gill. He's left, but he's still there. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And he's at an advisory level now, and I could find out from him. I think that's a good question, Paul, because otherwise it's just as if we gave him the money and then he's going to be caught up. And with his income, he does work. I imagine from what he's saying, what he told me, once he gets caught up, he'll be able to have a more structured financial situation with a 12-year-old son and being a single dad. I'm sure that's not easy, but relative to the current economy and a potential payback to the town, that would be a good way of setting that up, even if it's a minimal amount of $50 a month or $100 a month.
Exactly. I'm not looking for the full cost in by the end of by the middle of the year or something like
Right.
that. I'm just, is there some sort of a repayment plan that we can add to the budget? That
Yeah,
would be
certainly should be, and that's what I will suggest. And I'll talk with Kevin on that as well as the veteran.
Okay.
And I'll get a letter signed by the veteran that if he needs to, that the payback would be proportionate to his income, that wouldn't knock him off the saddle, so to speak. So.
Can you also clarify for the board? Have you seen the bank statement?
I have not yet seen it. No, I'm going to see it very soon. I just met with him a couple of weeks ago, and I knew that with the meeting today, we have the meetings once a month, that this needed to be brought up immediately. So now that it's brought up and in your in your wheelhouse, so to speak. We now know that what direction to go in and what I need to do to prepare this and communicate with the Veterans Advisory Board on that.
So the number is an estimate.
That's correct. It's an estimate. It's a 3-month estimate. When I find out from the bank through his statement, he gets a monthly statement, I'm sure, of how much he's in areas. And I'll find out that I'll make a copy of it and I'll submit it to the Veterans Advisory Board for verification.
Okay, I'm kind of skeptical without seeing the if you, the VSO, have not seen what the bank has sent to him.
Right.
Okay. I'm a little hesitant there.
Well, I don't think I want to have a vote on it completely verifying it through the vote right now for that monies. What I want to do is set this forward to the VAB that this is a case where it needs to be more, I think, further investigated for verification, and then submit it. But I just don't know if he can wait a full month. That's the problem we're having with that part of it. I got to see where he stands on this. He's coming into my office next week, and we're going to find out at that point in time what direction to go in with his filing with me, the paperwork that's going to be needed.
So to kind of summarize, it's an estimate of what he owes.
Yep.
That has not been verified.
Right.
And we haven't defined a budget, meaning we haven't defined something for repayment in that agreement with the veteran.
Correct.
Miriam.
If we're going to design something for a repayment, which I don't know, I'm not totally in favor of, but if we're going to do that, can we ask him financially what he can afford to repay us? If this guy's already in trouble financially, putting more of a burden on him is not what I feel is the way to go.
Well, I don't think
that's just my opinion. But I agree that we need to get the absolute numbers and the facts and everything before we place any kind of a vote.
Right. But I wanted to make the VAB aware of the fact that this is out there now, and that I need to get some at least understanding to you folks of what's going on now. Exactly, Marion. The setback was from the incredible amount of cost for the lawyers. That's a one-time huge expense.
I know.
Hit him. He had no insurance. You don't have legal insurance, so I mean, he had to pay it, and they were after him for it, of course. I suggested to him, is there a payback program to them, the lawyers? Why are you incurring this big cost? And apparently it was they wouldn't go any further each time. They'll do so much, but they require monies to do that. Maybe
Yeah.
1,000, 1,500 each time they went to court. So it's been a fight he's had for over 2.5, 3 years. So
Is the veteran eligible for 115?
no, he's not. He's working. He has a 90% disability rating with the VA. So like I said, this is going to get him caught up. And that's why I think that a repayment program is a great idea. It's not like you're someone who has been, let's say, on Chapter 115 and can't pay their electric bill or their gas bill. So we helped them with that for the tune of maybe $1,000, a one-time hit. And that's it. Where this case here, he's working, he has the son, he's behind on his mortgage, he sold his car to pay the legal fees as much as he could at the time. Then he fell behind another 3 months. So I want to see a budgetary plan too on his side. I want to see how he's budgeting the money that he has coming in so that he could, in fact, pay back $100 a month, perhaps, or $50 a month. That's exactly it. How much can he afford to pay back?
Right.
But we don't want to deplete the relief fund by 5. That's a third of it. Actually, it's a fourth of it. So, I mean, close to a fourth of it. And that's a lot for one person.
Is he a longtime Wakefield resident?
Yes, he's been in Wakefield for, well, the amount of time, I don't know exact amount, Dale, but I've had his case now for 2 years. As I took his case on 2 years ago for his compensation from his service-connected injuries.
Yeah. I mean, assuming that his mortgage payment is somewhere between 1,600 and 1,700 a month, that you get to the $5,100 for 3 months.
Mhm.
That would say, tell me that his mortgage is about at least 10 years, probably 15 years old.
Perhaps, yes,
And
yes.
so the question is, is this the first time he's ever gotten into this kind of a trouble with the
I
bank?
don't know that answer, but I can find out. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I've got some more work to do on it, obviously.
Yeah.
If I just said he came to the office, I said, I'll see you next month. That could have been a problem. It could be next month that we're doing right now. So I wanted to get a start on this. So now that you are all aware of it, please consider it. When I get more information on it, I will submit it to the board.
Sounds good.
Dave, just do me a favor, if you do submit anything to the board, just make sure any information is redacted, like
Yes.
name, stuff like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah, I agree with Joe. We just need you need to have the evidence. The board doesn't need to have the evidence.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not very comfortable because you haven't seen the evidence yet.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're taking a stab at the town's checkbook here, and you're asking us to agree to write it, but we haven't figured out. You want the board to, you want the town to sign it, but we haven't put an amount on the check yet.
Right. Exactly. And it
That's
could
not.
be less than that. It could be right where it is or less. But I wanted the board, as a board member, each of you are responsible for the debating factor in this case. I'm just bringing it to your attention. And the vote, I don't think we don't need a vote on it tonight, but we need to have an understanding that it's there. And we need to be aware of it. So when I bring it up next time with all the facts and figures that you're asking, we can go from there.
If there was a payback, would we be handling the payback, or would it be through like Kevin Gill?
It'd be through the treasurer's office, and that would be you have to sign that document that would state that the funding would be on a monthly basis, I'm sure.
Because I wouldn't think you'd want to handle his payback.
No, I don't handle it. I don't handle it. No, I'm just a navigator.
Yeah,
But that's Gill, the accountant, town accountant.
Dave, has he reached out to any of the other veteran organizations? Maybe I could talk to you about that later. Never mind.
Yeah, we can talk about that
I'll
later.
talk to you about it later.
Okay.
Okay.
And on the other note,
is there a motion? I'm not sure we have enough information to form a motion.
No, I don't think we want to
No.
have a motion for anything until Dave gets back to us with all the information we
Right.
need.
Absolutely.
Exactly. I think
this is
that's
a big one, folks. This is a big one. In the past, when I've asked for a vote on some funding for the Chapter 115 clients, it's gone through fine. We sent it right to the source that needed it with a confirmation. It worked out great. This is the biggest one I've ever had come across my desk as well. I want to get a lot more information. I knew that. I mean, I didn't have it, but I wanted to make all of the board members, if I'm going to that direction to get the funding, aware of it, making folks aware of the plight of this particular veteran. So
Another place he might go to through the town would be to get a hold of Karen Burke and go through the Elizabeth Boyd Fund, which is a one-time only.
I'm not familiar with that funding, but I'll check it out.
But Karen Burke would know, because I think it's kind of handled through the Council of Aging. But it's Elizabeth Boyd Fund.
BOYD, or how do you? Is it Boyd?
BOIT.
Okay.
And it's a one-time only for certain expenses.
Okay. Well, even if we shared some from that location, and then the rest from,
I think there's like an age limit on that, like 60, something like that.
okay, a minimum age, yes, okay.
You got, David, you got a little bit of homework to do. That's the way I see
Every
it.
day of my life.
I, I I would also ask the town accountant or the town treasurer, um, is there a limit?
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and what would
Yep.
that be? Just something to know. Because it's quite possible we may be seeing more of these, and that may be, there may be a limit to what we can approve or what we can recommend for approval, and then it may even have to go to the town council.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Oh, a certain amount, it has to go to town meeting, actually.
yeah, I mean, I think you're doing the right thing, but you got a little bit of homework to get the documentation, formulate a budget, and then come up with a reasonable, or some sort of a repayment plan to just so what the repayment plan does is shows good faith. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. One other note. We lost Norman Wilson about 2.5 hours ago. He was a veteran from Wakefield who passed from Agent Orange cancer. He was always at the coffee socials. Some of you may have met him. Not always there, but he was there several occasions. And I will be posting some information on that. Information coming to me from his brother and his sister-in-law, as far as the interment and the funeral arrangements.
Okay. Yeah, Norman was an active veteran here in Wakefield, and we're sorry to see him pass away.
And I will be applying for the DIC for his wife along with the annuity. That'll go in for sure. That'll be taken care of.
Okay. Um,
One thing, David, that I did look up, there is no published limit from the town of Wakefield. However, the state requires that the same rules that apply to Chapter 115 would apply to this. So you definitely want to loop in people at town hall.
You said the same restrictions apply to Chapter 115, meaning he would
Yep.
have to have the indigent situation.
Correct. Yeah.
Where he couldn't have more than a certain amount in the bank. It was the federal part, the FPL, the federal poverty level would have to be into place, not counting his home or his cars. I understand that, and I can thank you. I mean, I had a feeling that was the case because when I asked him what he had in any kind of savings or IRA accounts, that he could certainly tap into that first. He has to have the a sense of indigency in order to be able to apply for this. Thank you, Joe.
yeah, and David, there are also some nonprofit organizations that are local that can also help him out. St. Vincent de Paul is one that comes to my mind.
Okay.
That can help him out too.
If you contact Military Friends Foundation, that's exactly what they do, is they try to help veterans that need a little help, and they're known for doing that.
Okay.
It's Military Friends. I don't think it's foundation. I think it's militaryfriends.com. Contact them, Dave, and I'll bet they can help him because that's what they're known for doing.
Reach out to him, yeah. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm in the office again. he was in the office for other reasons at the time, and we were going over his claims from the past, and we discussed as much as we could on this for over an hour. So I told him he'd be back in next week, and I have some time set aside for him to get more detail, exactly what I was hoping to get, and I did get from all of you tonight. Thank you.
The another option you do have, David, for the veteran, he may or may not qualify for 115. However, your authorizer can take a look at the information and provide some assistance. Think of it as a bridge loan, so to say, okay, with a repayment plan to get him through the tough time, the financial difficulty that he's currently having. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
And the authorizer might take a look at that information and approve that request until such time he gets caught up.
Okay. I will do that for sure.
Oh, Paul,
Joe,
just throw this out there. Would the MOWW be able to assist in this also?
not something that's in there.
In the charter?
That would be a one-off. I mean, yeah, that would be a one-off. ROTC or scholarship or something like that for some, like his son. Okay.
Yeah.
A little bit later down the line, possibly, okay, to assist somebody that has made a commitment to the military or somebody that's in a junior ROTC program or an ROTC program. That organization might get involved, if asked. Okay. But this is not something that they usually do.
Okay.
All right. Congratulations, David. David was recognized yesterday at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. ceremony that was put on by the Human Rights Commission. Okay. And did a great job. And, thanks for the work that you do in town. And that was well-deserved, tribute to the work that you do. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I hope you had to shovel some snow yesterday to get there.
I did.
Okay.
I was there a half hour early too.
It was a good program, and I did catch it on the WCAT YouTube loop. I recommend, if you got some time, to take a look at that. All right. Any other questions for David? The next coffee, David?
The next coffee will be in February. Let me get my calendar up here. Just a second. I'm going to have it on February 21st. That's a Saturday, 10 o'clock. And my guest speaker will more than likely be the representative from the VA, Eileen, who does the education programs for veterans, sets up for family members of disabled veterans and veteran benefits for education, how that works. She works for the VA, so.
Highly suggest you invite Wakefield Fire Department and Police Department. They may be able to assist the veterans that are currently working as police officers and firefighters with.
We talked about that. That's right.
Getting reimbursed for their training. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Through the VA. Okay. Item number 7.
Hey, Paul, we need a motion to approve.
Oh, thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the VSO report for January? I'll second it. All those in favor of approving the VSO report for January 2026, please raise your hand. Any opposed? Any abstain? Okay. VSO report passes.
Good, thank you.
Now we can move on to item number 7. Just a kind of a heads up here. The veteran service officers in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts do a terrific job. There is an individual veteran service officer, Alex Ortiz, who is a district director of the veteran services down in Randolph and Milton. One of the things that he does is he publishes a newsletter called VSO Today, which kind of sort of cuts through the noise of veteran services and veteran service officers. His newsletter is available on LinkedIn. If you can go to the agenda that is posted on the town webpage, and you can click on the link, okay, that is shown in item 1 and item 2 there. Item 1 is actually an example of his newsletter, which relates to next month's coffee that David is going to have. It talks about his newsletter that's there, talks about VA education benefits, and it breaks it down into pictures and words and information that is useful to go ahead and begin the application process, or to go ahead and renew the process to obtain the credits that veterans are seeking. The second item that is on the agenda, you can click on it, is a 6-minute video, which is professionally done by the Executive Office of Veteran Services and Alex Ortiz to map out exactly what goes on in the VSO domain when they meet with a client. When a VSO meets with a veteran, it's not all about Chapter 115. It may not all be about the VA benefits. And the video does an excellent job on mapping out the path of discussion that leads to many other options and many other services that the veteran is eligible for as a result of the conversation with the veteran service officer. Please take a look at those items. If they're of interest to you, great. If you think you know somebody or another veteran that it might be of interest to, please feel free to share that. It's public information. And kudos to Alex Ortiz for putting that together. He's doing a super job with those with that series. It kind of maps to what David is doing with the Kilroy series and WCAT. Let's see. I was going to try to share it with you tonight, but I'm not sure that we're able to do that. Let's see. The last one that I wanted to share with you tonight for information. If you're a service member separating from service, I highly recommend you take a look at joining the VFW, joining the American Legion. If you're a disabled veteran, getting involved in the DA, the Disabled Veterans of America, Gold Star Wives, and all sorts of other veteran service organizations. The last item there under item B, in item number 7, is a link to the Military Coalition. The Military Coalition consists of about 36 veteran service organizations that meet down in Washington, D.C., okay, at the highest level, at the national level, okay, to help begin to form policy. And it's worth checking into to see what's on their agendas. But if you're a veteran that is recently transitioning out of the service, take a look at the veteran service organizations that are members of the military coalition, because that is the cornerstone for where the activities are recorded, discussed, and shared. Okay. And then congressional congressional aides, congressional folks come in, they review that information. Also, other government agencies, Department of the War, Department of the VA, they have teams that also come in and take a look at what the military coalition is working with. Okay. And some of that information gets ticked and tied to what we used to call the Defense State Liaison Office, which is an arm of the Department of War, okay, that comes up with policy procedures for state governments and state and local governments so that they can work on the laws to strengthen the benefits that are earned at the state and local levels. I know it's all complicated. It's a big organization, but there's something there. It's an open source that you can share with other people. Again, I highly recommend joining a veteran service organization that is affiliated with the military coalition, okay, to veterans and to family members of veterans. For example, the American Legion has programs for sons and daughters to join and family members to join. The American Legion, the VFW, also has programs for spouses and significant others. Miriam, do you have anything to add? I know the Gold Star Wives are part of that.
Gold Star Wives are on the military coalition. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. They are part of the military coalition.
Yeah.
And in the VFW and American Legion and they all of those organizations have auxiliary units too that other family members can join. But that's all. That they're a wonderful organization. They kind of bat things around, and they have other members of Gold Star groups on there as well. I don't think they're voting members, but they are on there. Gold Star Wives of America and Gold Star Mothers of America are voting members of the TMC.
So Joe Jacoby mentioned the Military Order of World Wars. They just recently got involved in joining the military coalition.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if they're voting yet, but they're listed. Okay. I don't operate at that level, but they took action to participate in what the military coalition has to offer. And again, the veteran service organizations are beneficial to all the veterans once you separate service, and it's an important membership to have. And I strongly encourage membership in those organizations. For me personally, I belong to two. I belong to the Military Order of World Wars with Joe Jacoby, and I also belong to the Military Officers Association of America.
Question for Dave. Do you know if the Vietnam veterans are in that?
They are not, as far as I know.
Yeah.
That would be a good point to bring up at the next meeting that we have.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean, if you go to
They have to apply.
Yeah, there's an application process that has to be done. You can look and see the members.
Yeah, I thought the VVA was on there, but I may be mistaken. Maybe it is not. Yeah, I thought it was, but maybe not.
Well, that chapter right now is having some difficulties. We're working them out proportionately, as the president had passed away about a year and a half ago, and we're still trying to organize it to the degree that we can. There's a couple of things that weren't done by the treasurer, and they're getting resolved. And hopefully by that time, our next meeting, I believe, is in the spring, and there's a lot going to be coming up into that direction to perhaps join the coalition if we're not in it already. The current president is there, could reach out and find out though.
So I can tell you right now, the Vietnam Veterans of America is a part of the military coalition.
I thought
There
it
you
was.
go. Thank you.
I
Thank
thought
you,
it
Paul.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I said, the VBA, I mean, I got last year, I haven't talked to them yet this year, but I talked to them about anything that's going on for Vietnam Veterans Day and what have you. And I was told that it is crumbling. The VVA is crumbling mostly because its members are dying. And that's mostly what's happening. They're fighting, most of the chapters are fighting to stay alive, but you can't stay alive without members. And unfortunately, a lot of the veterans are leaving us.
Yeah, there's about 36 organizations. Currently, Joe Jacoby, I was correct, the Military Order of World Wars is an affiliate member. So they're in the process of becoming, getting involved in the military coalition.
Right.
I mean, the Wounded Warrior Project is on there. You got Canines for Warriors is on there. I mean, Blue
Yeah,
Blue
it's
Star
just a
Families.
process.
There's a whole big list.
Yeah, and it's just a process that you have to go through, and you become an affiliate, and then at a certain point, they decide whether or not you become a voting member. Um, I know a couple of the Gold Stars organizations have applied, but I believe they are still. I think they're still affiliates, but I do not know that for sure.
Let me see something. Okay. Any other questions? Just some good information to check into. I want to kind of share that with the members of the board and also the community. This is all public information. It's a good way to stay on top of some of the benefits that we have and what's happening to them. As an example, I have TRICARE and TRICARE for Life. And through these organizations, through the Veteran Service Organization, I got a newsletter today that talks about the difference between Medicare and the cost, and Medicare, what it pays for, and TRICARE for Life and what it pays for in a nice newsletter. I was able to package it and send it off to my wife. And after this meeting, she and I'll probably take a look at that. So
Well, Champ VA too, Paul. Don't forget Champ VA that's out there.
Champ VA is out there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also the benefits that some people they don't think of it right away, but the bonus, the Massachusetts bonus that entitles them some $3,000 in some cases. That is a one-time thing. That's one of the stovepipes. There's the VA, which is national stovepipe. Then there's the VA Massachusetts, which is the annuity for 100% disabled veterans, and the bonuses that can be given if they apply for it. I've applied for I think it's 5 or 6 over the 7 years I've done this. And I got one gentleman coming in, Zach is coming in next week.
Okay. Moving on to item number 8. Memorial Day ceremony for 2026. I'd like to just mention, I'm kind of a lot of work goes into the ceremonies for Veterans Day, Memorial Day, to reach out to members of the community. And one of the secrets for putting together successful programs for the community and for our veterans is to kind of sort of come up with a theme. Okay. Veterans Day is easy because the VA tells us what the theme is. And the VA gives us the posters, they give us all the content and everything that pertains to the theme. We kind of package that up and we send that into Wakefield Communication, and Jen McDonald runs with it. Okay. Memorial Day is a little bit different. There is no national theme for Memorial Day. And the theme that have been created since I've been on the board have all been, through our own design. And for this year, I'm looking for input for the theme for Memorial Day 2026. Some of the input is honorable service, sacrifice, and glory, keeping in mind of America 250 in that ceremony is going to be kind of sort of a foundation and an undertone for the summer months. The next one is just freedom would be a theme. And then another one, a third option is honored devotion to service.
I like that one.
For Memorial Day.
Yeah.
I'd like to open the floor for discussion and maybe take a vote, or if you have other terms that you'd like to add to it, we can certainly discuss that.
Paul, if I could just hop in real quick, and I'm sorry, but I am battling the flu. So I'm trying to hang on. So if whatever we're going to do, if we could move through it, just so I could get the notes, because I'm starting to get hot flashes. So,
oh God, that's not good. No, that's not good.
We've had the flu for 3 weeks, and I'm trying to hang in there. I just want to call that out. So if we could
move it
get
along.
through it.
So let's do this. Does anybody have are you okay with A, B, and C here? In terms of options? Or does anybody have any other options?
Good, but freedom, I would add to that, fighting for freedom, because God knows that's what we're doing. So, I mean, fighting for freedom through the years or just fighting for freedom is one that I say, but the others are, I mean, they're all good. They're all good ones.
I'm okay with fighting for freedom. So we have three choices.
I would say something like fighting for freedom for 250 years.
Makes sense.
I just said through the years, but that might be, better. Clarify it for 250 years.
Okay. The Army's going to come back at you, Dale. And the Navy.
251,
It'll
right?
be 251 for the Army.
Right.
The Navy and the Marines, it'll be 250. But yeah. You're catching the tail end of it just before June 14th. So you're
right.
You're okay. But all right, shall we take a vote on 1, 2, or 3?
I like 3. B,
Same.
fighting for freedom for 250 years.
Okay. There's 2 votes for fighting for freedom for 250 years. 3, 4. Dan?
I go for 3.
Okay. You want to go for 3?
I'm not too crazy about all 3, but the fact is, I think Memorial Day is for those people who gave the ultimate sacrifice, where Veterans Day is for the veterans, but it's people that gave the sacrifice for Memorial Day.
Well, that's what I feel. I feel that we're honoring those that paid the price while they were fighting for freedom for this country.
Right.
That's how I looked at it for Memorial Day. Not that just the individual people that fought, everybody that, that we're memorializing those that lost their lives fighting for freedom.
All right, so let's sum it up here. Any votes for honorable service, sacrifice, and glory? None. All those for voting, fighting for freedom for 250 years.
Remembering those who.
Okay. Well, we're going to remember them. So it's unanimous. Fighting for freedom for 250 years.
Good.
Okay. That's the one that we're going to do. And that was the vote that was required. Okay. We don't need to make a decision on this, but I'm going to start asking the question. We're going to need a moderator for Memorial Day because I will be in places undisclosed. And prospective guest speakers. I'm looking for names and prospects. And I'll tell you my intent. My intent is I'd like to get this set up as I depart in April so that I can hand it off to the moderator for May.
I plan on being in Washington, D.C., so.
Okay.
As far as I know right now, my ride is waiting for me. So.
All right.
If that changes, I will do whatever.
Well, I have some ideas. This goes back to Dale's comment. Now the Navy band, you keep asking about the Navy band. Do you want me to put the request in for the Navy band?
Sure, why not?
The request for the Navy band and the Army band have already been put in and already received the message back saying they received the request. But they don't tell you till maybe 60 to 90 days before.
Right.
Correct.
I have checked what the regulations are for the Navy, and the Navy requires that whoever requests the band, that they pay for the transportation to and from the event, and that they are put up.
That's in the form, but basically you don't.
You're saying they don't?
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking we had to go to the town council or to the
No,
4th of July committee.
No, we're Memorial Day. And the funds are limited. Okay. They choose the band that they will send. That's another way of putting it. Okay. If the Navy band says yes, or if the Naval Public Affairs Office says yes, that's based on eligibility of musicians and band members. Okay.
Right. Well, apparently these come out of the Central Atlantic Command, the bands.
Yeah, there's a big process involved. It's not just
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's not from New England or anything like that.
And it's the same process that we go through for Canon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which I also have to submit.
And you can't get more
Okay.
than one.
What's that?
You can't get more than one. In other words, you'll get the Navy band or the Army band, but not both.
This is
Correct.
true.
No, I'm just going to request for one.
The trouble is the Navy band is in not Bristol, but Newport, I believe.
They have a couple of them.
But that's usually they do the Bristol, Rhode Island parade.
Yes, yes, but there are other music organizations. There's Fife and Drum. There's other music organizations for each one of the services. All right, around the horn. Item number 9. Dan Benjamin, we'll start with you.
I don't know. I got nothing to say right now.
Okay. Miriam.
Nothing really. Just working on different things with the Gold Star Wives. You got fundraisers coming up for veterans and all kinds of different things.
Okay. You gonna get flowers for Sunday, the 1st of February
Yes.
for
Yep, it's on my calendar. Yep,
Dorchester? Okay.
yep.
Joe Jacoby,
I'm good.
Peter.
I know Dave may have words about this. We had a individual from the Coffee Social this past weekend, Dave Frey, and he's interested in becoming a member of the board. So I told him, I sent him a copy of the application, and hopefully he's going to fill it out and take it to the town hall and get on the board. You know, I'll have to go through the town council and everything. But that's where we stand with that.
Okay.
That's great.
That's good. That's good news.
Mhm.
Excellent. Follow up with it too as he
Oh, yeah.
ask him if he submitted it. Anything else, Peter?
No, that's all I have.
Mr. Secretary.
Nothing to add. I did see the note on reserving the upper commons, so I'll get that done.
Thank you. Vice Chair, Dale.
Okay. I don't know if everybody got the email that I sent out with Jen McDonald's flyer and some comments that I made regarding it. Has everybody seen that? I
Yes.
know I didn't include Dave on that. Did you see it, Dave?
Yeah, I did see it. Yeah.
Okay, good. If you want to, I know Joe needs to go go lay down or something like that. If you have comments, send them to me, okay? And we'll try and integrate them for the next meeting or whatever type of a thing. Unless Paul wants to do something differently.
I think I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
My only the join us is a little bit on the friendly side, which is fine. There's not a lot of there's no Uncle Sam pointing at me saying, we want you.
Right.
That would, but I trust Jen McDonald's judgment and her professionalism. I respect, and if she thinks that this will get some folks, to inspired to join us. Again, you don't have to be a veteran to join the Veterans Advisory Board.
Right.
Okay.
No.
So I'm fine with it.
Just the way she has it, nothing for what I put out. You think what I put out was not good or not appropriate? Did you read it?
Yeah, I did, but highlight what you were talking about
Hey.
so others can see it.
I think what she has written is sufficient, and it also gives you gives them the lets them know the information if they want to see what it's all about to join one of our meetings. And
Oh, I like
I think what she has put out is sufficient. That's just my opinion. I like what you said, Dale, but I just don't think it's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Miriam. And again, she comes back. It's a neutral flyer. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not heavy on the Uncle Sam one. I want you. Okay. Which can be overwhelming, but I think what she's also trying to do is grab a larger audience. Okay. And I trust, again, I go back to, she does this more than I do. So I'm kind of relying on her expertise. She doesn't have a lot of military experience, but the board is not looking for military and veteran members. We're looking for members. Okay.
With creative ideas.
Yes.
Different
Okay.
perspectives, yeah.
Yeah. So kind of reminds me of my first day of fishing. Dad said, put the bread on the hook and just throw it in.
On that note, Paul, and advisory board, I am putting together the missing in action, the POW, and a table and chair at the senior center on the second floor near the pool table section in the corner. Karen Burke has given us that spot to do just that. So I'm going to be starting to collect the things I'm going to need for that. I have a
So
breakdown.
you said two things. You said a POW chair
Well,
and a
yeah.
missing man table. Which one are you going
Well,
to
that's
do?
the same thing.
Oh.
It's the same thing.
It's both.
Sorry, I'm just tired. It's been a
Are you going
long
to do
day.
both? Or are you going to do the missing man table?
I'm having the one there, the chair with the table with the lemon and the
Got
flag
it.
and the
Okay,
Right.
that's the missing man table.
Right,
Yes.
that's it. That's it.
Okay.
I've got several ideas. I have one on my VFW post in Cambridge. I took a picture of the one I have at the Bedford VA at the cafeteria, and it's basic. It's kind of we need to have one in Wakefield, and I think either the senior center where Karen has already offered it to us, right near the pool table area by the elevator. It's a good spot. So
Okay.
Can I add one thing, Dave?
sure.
Which I've noticed at the senior center and where we have the coffee social, we don't have a flag. I know you bring it up, we put it up on the wall, but could we
Right.
get a flag on a pole, maybe for that stage?
I'll have to ask him, but I have one in my office I could always bring down, leave down there. It ended up in my office with the state flag because we had no other place to put it at the time. If you want to leave it there, that's fine with me. I can bring it down and leave it there. I only had it in my office for lack of some place to put it.
Just I'd like to see it there when they have events also for the Council of Aging.
Sure, that's a good idea, Dan. I like it.
Anything else for the VSO?
Oh. I did pick up all the flags at the town hall this morning with clear plastic bags, so that it's not thrown away in the trash bag. And I have them in storage for the Boy Scouts of 701 and for June 14th, the ceremony of retiring the flags. I actually filled 2 big cellophane bags. I don't know how they got them all in that little box, but I'll tell you, it's a lot of flags. And I took the sticks off for a lot of them, so it's ready to go. And there's still a few in there, so I'm sure by June 14th we'll have a lot more. So
I got a note from Troop 701. They said that they are moving, or they have moved from First Parish, okay, to the Wakefield Linfield United Methodist Church. So they've moved their trailer of equipment and where they're going to do their meetings and things to the United Methodist Church over in Montrose area. And they occupied that at the end of December and the beginning of January here. So if you're looking for Troop 701, that's where they're hanging out these days. Okay, I did send a note to Jim when I replied that there's going to be a bunch of flags coming your way. So David, if you get the bag of flags, can you send Jim a note? Yeah, you got 2 bags. Okay. They're in your office?
they're downstairs in the veteran storage area with the good flags.
Downstairs.
And stuff.
Okay.
I've actually
just
got
have
3 bags. So
if you want to bring them over to Troop 701, they have a new location now. They're at the United Methodist Church.
We'll talk, Paul. You can shoot me his contact information. I'll give him a call.
All right. I'll do that. Dale, I didn't mean to cut you off. Do you have anything else?
No, I'm done.
Okay. Thank you for putting the the flyer together. I think that was a great effort. And I'll work with you to get both the band and the cannon for Memorial Day.
Sounds
Okay.
great.
And let's see.
Better hurry up before we lose Joe.
I'm trying.
Yeah, Joe's fading.
Kevin Boyle.
Katie's wilting over there.
So oftentimes, as I travel around town, there's one memorial that nobody, it's not mentioned very often, and that's the memorial at Patty Heights on Melvin Street. And I just want to give a shout out to Kevin Boyle and his grandson. In 2024, they started taking care of that memorial, and they haven't gotten any recognition for doing it. He just took his grandson out to put lay the mulch out in the sod and kind of sort of spruce up the area. It happens to be one of Wakefield's highest points, and it is a memorial to World War II soldiers and sailors that were killed, and it's up on Patty Heights. And I just want to say thank you to Kevin Boyle for doing that. It has not gone unnoticed. We just haven't taken the time to notice Kevin's work. So thank you for doing that. Item 10, just a quick reminder, our next event is Sunday, the February 1st at 9 o'clock. I did speak with the folks over at Temple Emmanuel for the Four Chaplains Memorial. It is a small ceremony commemorating the sinking of the USS Dorchester and the acts and deeds that were done by the four chaplains. And I look forward to seeing everybody there if you can make it. And that's at 9 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, February 1st. Is our liaison here, town councilor? I don't see him.
No.
Our next meeting is February 24, Tuesday, February 24 at 6:30 via Zoom. We do not meet during the February vacation. Okay, so parents can have time with their children. Grandparents, you can babysit so the parents can get a break. It's family time and vacation time in February. There's no need to have a meeting during that week. Any other matters that were not anticipated on the agenda? I'm trying, Joe. I'm trying.
It's all good.
Paul, I hear rumors, and I say rumors, that the cannon that's missing from the common may be coming back together again through some people. And
Oh,
like I said,
really?
a rumor, but I'd like to see that.
I would too.
It's there, it's just putting it together.
Is it with the DPW?
It's in a bunch of places.
Oh,
I think the metal detectors have found it. Okay, bits and pieces.
buried?
Bits and pieces. I guess, Dan, you're picking that one up for the next agenda. I can tell you're going to have some updates on that. Any other items that were not on the agenda? Okay, adjournment. Sorry we went over, but I've got 7:47. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I
Motion to
make a motion
adjourn.
to adjourn. Second.
Second.
Second's
All
all.
those in favor to adjourn?
Aye.
Aye.
Dan, you going to vote?
Just say one more thing, and that's
Yes,
go.
Dan.
Go Pats.
Oh, go Pats. Okay. Go Pats.
Go for it.
Got it.
Celebrate.
Get better,
Thank you, Dan.
Joe.
Thank you.
Thank
Got
you.
better, Joe.
Everyone.